Welcome back to the show. Dehurate, do you have any tattoos?
No, I actually don't have any tattoos.
Why not?
Well, partly because I never found anything that interested me or intrigued me that I would want on my skin forever, and my mother would kill me. Anyways, Jessica, do you have any tattoos?
I do, and I decided it would be a good idea to bring the camera to my latest tattoo appointment, and also to interview my tattoo artist on what it's like to be a tattoo artist. So I'm at Expressions Body Piercing and Tattoos, and I'm here with the owner and tattoo artist, Jeff Wheat. Welcome to the show, and thanks for letting me interview you.
Thank you.
Okay, so the first question that I want to ask you is, can you tell me a bit about yourself? Like, how did you come to own this place?
This place I only started about 2 years ago. When I started tattooing, it was always a dream of mine to kind of have my own place and not work for the man. But 10 years, I worked at another shop. I don't know, it was kind of just something I had to do, get out on my own, and you know, as a tattoo artist, that's kind of how we grow too. Just working with other people, working in other places and stuff like that. So.
And how did you get into being a tattoo artist?
I've been drawing as long as I can remember. My brother-in-law was the owner of the other shop that I worked at, and he kind of introduced me to it, got someone to teach me. Not something I really thought I would ever do as I was growing up. I was always wanted to work for Walt Disney or something like that, but I always wanted to do something where I was drawing or doing something like that. So that's kind of how it started.
So how would you describe your style of tattooing?
I don't limit myself very much. I like to do everything. That way I can cater to a lot more customers. But I really do like doing black and gray, realistic work. I do enjoy some color, but I really like more of the black and gray realism type of stuff. So,
what do you enjoy most about your job?
I think just interacting with so many people sometimes, and more that just I get to see my artwork. You know, a lot of places where I go, you know, it's like a living canvas, and I think the joys of just making people happy, whether you're covering up a tattoo or fixing someone's old tattoo, it just it's rewarding, you know, to see someone come in who's upset or doesn't like their tattoo, and then they leave really enjoying and what they have by you. You know, it's.
What has been your, I guess, most exciting experience as an artist?
Oh boy, this story. I tattooed Angelina Jolie. So I get that question, asked that question quite a bit, but it was pretty cool. It was different. You know, I'm not a very starstruck person, but she's very cool. It was a great moment. But other than that, you know, every day I come to work, it's a fun moment. It's, you know, it's not really a job, so it's a hobby. So.
Okay, so people always ask me about the tattoos that I have, and they always say, like, did it hurt? I imagine as a tattoo artist, you get that question asked a lot.
Every day.
So what do you say to people?
It really depends on the person and where they're getting it. There are some places that hurt more than others, but just your general tolerance level, how you feel pain is different with everybody. So, I mean, generally, you can't really say, oh, I got my tattoo here, it's going to hurt you. You know, from person to person, I have people that cry when they get it on their foot. I have people that fall asleep when they get it on their foot. So it's really a person-to-person basis.
Is falling asleep while getting a tattoo common?
No, not very often, but I have had quite a few people, some people outright snoring as I'm tattooing them. So yeah, it's quite entertaining.
I'm just thinking of like the last time I was like I started like almost drooling. So what would be your worst experience client-wise?
I don't have a worst experience per se, but there is that indecisive customer, you know, where you're sitting there for 45 minutes trying to place the design, or they have a bunch of friends in the room with them giving their opinion, and it makes the person getting the tattoo change their mind all the time. Some people, just like the people who can't really take the pain, you know, you're not even touching them and they're already complaining and moving and stuff like that. I don't have, like I said, I don't really have a specific moment that was my worst, but you know, you do get some people who are hard to deal with sometimes.
So what would be like a dream customer? Like
the ones that snore. You do get the people that come into and really kind of give you free rein with what you want to do. You know, they give you a general concept and they say, you know, take it away, you know, put your artistic, your creative ability into it, and, you know, my back is yours, you know. That's a little more rewarding for a tattoo artist. It's a little more enjoyable. And
do you ever encounter any problems in this industry?
not really. I mean, you know, people think it's a very cutthroat industry. I don't think so. Maybe your little shops, your mom and pop shops here and there that might find you as a threat, but I don't know, the whole tattoo industry is very helpful and welcoming. Big problems? No, not really. I wouldn't say, you know, there's no health inspectors that come in really, which is bad in a way, I guess, but not a lot of big problems, no.
What would be your opinion on, I guess, the growing popularity of the tattoo industry?
I like it. It's making tattooing a lot more enjoyable. You know, even with these shows that have been on TV, I don't personally like the shows, but they have brought a lot of awareness to people how, you know, tattoos aren't just for the criminals and the riffraff, you know, it's more of a self-expression, and, you know, even the CEOs of companies and doctors have tattoos, you know, it's, you'd be surprised, they're the ones who have some of the most extreme stuff sometimes, but yeah.
You get the shy little blonde girls that's like on TV.
Has the full sleeve.
Yeah. So finally, do you have any advice that you'd like to give? I mean, we are a youth show, so.
Absolutely. You definitely want to research the shop really well. Research your artist really well. Just make sure that, you know, the work in their portfolio is their work. You want to be, I can't stress enough that you make sure the shop is a clean shop. There's a lot of potentially bad things that could happen if your shop doesn't take the necessary precautions. It's like going into a hospital. You have to be clean. And just make sure that the piece that you want to get is really something that you want for the rest of your life. Because it is very painful and very expensive to take off. And, you know, a lot of people come in and grab something off the wall and get it. And then a couple years later, they're walking to the shop to cover it up. So, I mean, just make sure that it's something, it doesn't always have to be meaningful. You know, I collect tattoos like I collect art on my wall. If I like it, I'll get it. It doesn't always have to mean something to me, but the cleanliness would be the biggest factor.
And thanks for letting me interview you.
It was my pleasure.
Oh, gee, Jessica, that looked painful.
This one wasn't actually that painful. I mean, I've gotten some before that were around my collarbone, which I kind of felt like punching him in the face when I was screaming inside. Sorry, Jeff. But I guess everyone has different levels of pain tolerance, so.
Hence, reason number 3 for not having a tattoo. Well, that's all for this month's episode of Exposed. We hope you enjoyed it.
Yep, and if you have any comments or questions, you can send us an email at exposed@mohawktv.ca, or you can give us a call at 450-632-6397. So once again, we hope you enjoyed the show, and see you again next month. Oh no.
Oh no. Kanya ke haga thadi adraste kayerniga hiadu zewaderoru.